This is Jacqueline with Nickel and Dime Decor. We're going to take, usually on my blog and on my YouTube videos, I teach beginning sewing and quilting. But we're going to do something off the wall today, a little DIY. And we're going to cover a coat hanger. You know, these clothes hangers can be made just so cute by covering them with fabric. But I have found that they're even cuter if you wrap batting around the hanger first. It makes them real big and puffy, and they're not to be used for pants though, because after you get it wrapped, it cuts down on the room here, and taking off and on the pants will tear the fabric up and ruin it. So it's for tops and dresses. And if you give it as a gift, they will be so thrilled because the straps will not fall, and your clothes will hang better because they've got something to attach to instead of this slick stuff. Now you can't wrap these just a little wire hanger. You can't do it. It doesn't look right, and it's not pretty. So you need these these thick plastic hangers. And I have, I'm going to move my camera down and show you. I have got all my batting pieces. I wished I could tell you exactly what you need, but I just made a pile. And I just cut them up. Some of them are 1.5, some of them are 1 inch. It's just, some of them I think are even 2 inch. And I always save my batting scraps, and this is wonderful to use it if you want a great way to use up your batting scraps. And then I have I recommend three patterns, 3 colors. And you need a dark, and maybe 2 contrasting. This one's diamonds, and this one's just swirls. I could have used this. I could have used this. I like this real well, but I don't think I have enough of it. So that's why I didn't use it. But I like that real well. Now, I don't have as much of this black as I would like either. So what I'm going to do is wrap so far in this pattern, and then do a very small black, and then wrap this. And you wrap them, I'll show you and everything, but you wrap them kind of overlap, where you overlap the fabric about half. That's to make sure that you cover the fabric real good. Your squares your strips can be 1 inch. I wouldn't make them any wider because in my experience it just works better. And I wouldn't make them any longer than this, because it's hard to wrap it around if you have a great big long strip. So cut them. I took a jelly roll strip and cut it in half, and cut it in half lengthwise. So I got, a jelly roll is 2.5 inches. So now these are 1 1/4. And then I snipped it in half, and It does not matter if they're even, really. They can be not cut real good. It doesn't matter because you're wrapping this fabric and it's going to look just fine. So if you want to use up a lot of oddball strips, scraps that you've got left, this will work just fine. Just make sure they're not much wider than 1.5. That's about your maximum. I always start out with a hot glue gun because a fabric glue stick does not, it just does not hold. And so when I start my batting, I usually start right up here, go around and go to here and up here. Then you can start your fabric anywhere you want to, really. But if you kind of start here and go here, you've got, you know, a continuous. But you can start anywhere. You can start in the middle, go up, go back down, and back over. It doesn't matter. So that is your supplies. A hot glue gun, 3. If you want to use more than 3, then use 5. Because they'll coordinate, you know, 5 different patterns will look fine. It might look a little too busy, so I recommend 3, but you do what you want. It's your hanger. But like I said, these make wonderful, wonderful gifts. I gave one to my friend for her birthday, and it was in blues and had just a touch of yellow in it, and it just turned out so cute. So that's it for right now, and I'm going to get my hot glue gun going, and then we'll get started on the batting, and I'll show you how to start it, and we'll just get to work. Okay, I'm going to unwrap this so I can show you. Take your piece, put some hot glue on the batting. It doesn't stick on that plastic just all that well. Pull it up so that it's good. And my hot glue gun's not hot enough, I can tell. I didn't let it get hot enough. But it's secure enough. Now, you just take this at a kind of a angle and wrap. And try to make it as uniform as possible. The same thickness all the way around, and you achieve that by going the same distance between, and that's how you keep it, you know, pretty uniform. And pull it tight because we want this to not wiggle around on the hanger, and that won't work. Now we're ready to glue. You can buy, you know, cool glue sticks, but these are hot ones. So I'm probably going to burn my hand a couple of times. Now when we do our next piece, just cover what you previously did halfway. And of course, first glue it. Kind of smush it, then pull it, and wrap it the same width. And when you get it kind of, see it's fat right here, and kind of just tuck that under, just like that. Because it'll, eventually it'll bunch up on you, and you have to do that. Just tuck it in, and then pull this over. And we're ready to glue. You've seen crocheted, I bet, hangers, clothes hangers. They used to be so popular, but they faded out. They're no longer, nobody does them anymore. Okay, that's 2 strips. So you see how much it's gonna take, you know, this pretty good little pile. Just takes a lot of them. When you're overlapping halfway, well, of course it takes a lot. Now when you get to the corner, which maybe I won't run out before I get to the corner. You see why you don't want great big long pieces. It's too aggravating. Okay, so I'm at the corner, so this is going to be a little bunchy right here, but there's nothing you can do about that. Just pull it as tight as you can. And there's our corner. Now, we're going to go all the way around. When I get up here, I'm going to go all the way around, and then when I start coming up here, I'll come back and show you what I've done. You don't need to sit here and watch me do this. I'm almost at the end of the hook. So I wanted to show you. I'm not going to have enough to make it around there. So that's not good, but we'll make it work. I'll just have to cut a little piece. You put your glue down, not right at the edge, because you know it spreads, and that makes you burn your fingers. So don't put it right at the very edge. Just put it a little bit below. Okay. I'm not going to cut it yet. I think I can work at it better this way. See how I'm pulling? Just pretty tight. And on this end, you've got to make sure now what we're going to do is we're not going to cover this, and we'll cover that with our fabric, because that's too hard to cover with this. So we're just going to stop right here. Stop right there. And let me get my scissors. And we're going to cut. Okay, there we have it. There's half of it done. And there was a little V-shaped piece of plastic. I really don't know what that's for. But anyway, I just covered it too. Because it's green and I don't want green and I don't want it showing. So I just covered it. And when I start right here, we'll wrap good around this inside here. Okie dokie. I'm going to finish wrapping it. I think you got the idea how simple it is. And I'm going to finish it, and then we'll do our, starting with my fabric. It's all done, ready to go. I use 2 different kinds of batting, and that makes a little bit of difference. It's a little fat right there, but that's okay. All right, I just glued it right here with part of it hanging down below. And I got to turn it this way. I'm going to take it and wrap it downwards. And now we've got all of this, and I can put hot glue right around here and just put all of the edges in. Watch your fingers. You have to work with it. I think I'm going to put it on my fabric as well. I probably didn't leave enough to fold in. Yes, I did. Just took more hot glue. I don't like all those threads. And I don't like that little piece. That's got to go down. There, it's covered, okay? Got the bottoms covered and everything. And you can work with it. I can squish it down even more with some more glue. These are just, I'll fix that, but that gives you the idea. Then start wrapping. Now, I'm started with my dark piece, and I'm overlapping half. And if you, to me, maybe it doesn't make a bit of difference, but where you start, okay, my glued part is underneath, so my glued part on the neck should be at the top. And there's our first little piece. See how fat and how cute it is? Okay, now, one of our diamond shapes is going to wrap real pretty. I'll show you. It's really gonna, the more patterned fabric you have, the prettier your coat hanger is, clothes hanger, whichever you prefer. Okay, see, I glued that right on top. Now I'm going this way from right to left. And see, the diamonds, you aren't going to be able to tell it's diamonds, but it's going to be just a, you know, black and white. But it's going to be pretty cute, I think. I know it's a lot of gluing, but that's a small. small little thing. Okay. There's your 2 pieces. Now for our 3rd piece. Now, this is going to be even longer. I think it's longer. But that's okay. It gives you variety. You can have, I'm going to have one short, and then a medium, and then a long. And that's okay. Now we're going to get to this piece right here. And I'll show you what we're going to do. Crisscross over. Just wrap it over and wrap it over this way. Okay? And you've got that covered. And that's how you do that. Then turn it this way and start wrapping. And my 2 pieces are a lot alike. You really can't tell hardly any difference in the diamonds and the other, can you? You never know when you wrap it, because it's just a nice surprise of what you're going to get. Okay, I'm going to do one more little one, and then that's all we'll do, and I'll go ahead and wrap. But I want to show you one more little one. How making your links different, the amount that you do, I mean. See, this was our diamonds, this was our swirls, and now this is our dark piece. And remember to tuck this fabric in if it bulges out. Just wrap it in. Okay. I hope I have enough black. That's one thing. You want to make sure you've got enough of what you're working with. Okay, see, that's all the black there is, and the rest is... Isn't that cute? Already it's cute. You know, giving a gift, a black and white, is a pretty safe choice. Because if you give something that's red, they might not like red. You give them something that has a bunch of yellow in it, they might not like it. But a black and white is neutral, and it's a pretty safe bet. There you go. Is that not a special gift? And see how the black, you know, the little pieces of black, how they pop, and the whole thing. Just now, if you have trouble at the end here, just cut out a little square that covers it and glue it around. But if you wrap it the way I showed you and go back, you'll be okay. Just make sure you cover all of your batting. When you look, just make sure everything is covered and everything is hot glued real well. Now, I'm aware that some of you girls aren't sewers, seamstresses, aren't quilters, so you're not going to have fabric to do this. You go to Walmart and you buy fat quarters. That's an 18 by 22 inch piece of fabric. And you cut that up and you will have more than enough, but you get 3 of them so you can have 3 different colors. 3 different coordinating fabrics. I hope you like it, and I hope you'll do it and have fun doing it. What a quick project. Well, one thing I forgot to tell you is talking about how if you didn't have fabric or batting, you can go to Walmart and get your, like I said, your 3 fat quarters. They're very inexpensive. You won't have a whole lot of expense because you can get done more than 1 hanger out of it. Get your 3 fat quarters, and I don't think that they have them, but you can buy it's called a jelly roll batting, and it's 2.5 inches. That's a lot easier to cut. Just cut it in half and get your 1 1/4 strips. Or if you want to try to wrap with the 2.5 inch, do that. But I don't believe Walmart carries those, but they might. I don't know. Maybe Hobby Lobby does. Usually you have to order them online at Nancy's Notions or Missouri Star Quilt or someplace like that. But even though you're not a seamstress and you're not a quilter, you can do this little project for little and no money. And I think I've told you now everything I need to tell you, and now you got to get busy and make a clothes hanger and see how many you can get made before Christmas. Thank you.